Go
Yeah.
ahead.
So for me, let me bust this guy out because I think people want to. I think the people want to see it. So if if SHTF happened or if something happened and I had to liquidate all of this stuff that you see here, all my Mexican stuff, Mexican gold, this would all be the last to go, the absolute last to go.
That's awesome. It's just a beautiful piece, and to be able to see it in such a ridiculously huge size, it's an exciting piece. I don't know how somebody would look at that and not think that that was just the coolest thing ever.
Man, I'm telling you, when I first saw one, and like I said, I'm part of the PMs for sale on Reddit community, and so buy and sell. Like I liken it to an online like virtual coin show that just never ends, and so there's a lot of people in there who they just love this stuff, and life happens, and they do have to liquidate. And so, like the gentleman that was having a hard time, and I won't talk about his business, but when he sold it, I told him, I said, look, if something ever happens and you want to get it back and I still have it and I'm at a point where I need to sell whatever, hit me up. But I also told him, I said, this is going to a really good home. Somebody who absolutely will love the heck out of this. And so this is I want to say, aside from the 5 pesos that I just picked up, or not the 5 pesos, the 5 onzas, the 2018 reverse proof, I mean, these two are probably some of my favorite pieces.
That's amazing choices, and it's so cool that we have so many different options when you're talking about Mexican and Spanish colonial pieces. I mean, the Mexico City Mint's been in business since the 1560s or whatever it's been.
Yep.
So you have such a rich history of things that we can go into. If somebody says it's like saying you don't like the Beatles. I mean, how can you say you don't like a Mexican coinage when it goes back hundreds and hundreds of years? It's amazing. I wanted to give props to the guys who were talking about being in Santa Fe and Taos. I've spent a little bit of time in Santa Fe and Taos, and chili ristas are awesome. Those are beautiful things. We actually had one hanging in my living room for a while. And then we had a question about the 1 onzas, the cap and ray pieces, these balanza pieces from the 1920s to the 1940s. That was Tony Begg's question. I've got a handful of these. These are the ones that I used to give out on the holidays to contractors and also some of my favorite servers at some of the favorite restaurants where I frequent. In particular, one of the Mexican joints here in town. So this was the closest Friday to Christmas. Not only would I give 25% tip, but I would leave one of these. And actually, before I was leaving these, I was leaving Libertads and full onza pieces. But the way that the price of silver kept on going up, this year it was one of these and another very similar piece. It was a 50 centavo piece from about the same period of time, roughly the same size and weight and purity. But it's a great question. This is a great entry drug, at least it used to be. If you're interested in Mexican pieces and you don't know where to start, these are, I want to say, very similar to size, weight, and value as a 50-cent piece in American $half. You can find these in brilliant uncirculated condition. They have a fantastic looking eagle with a snake in its mouth on the front. That's technically the front, I believe, of the Mexican pieces. And you can see how clearly it says 0.720 at the top. Just like most Mexican pieces, it tells you right on them what they're made out of. One of the great things about them. So yeah, we got a big stack of these. It is a dwindling stack because I don't seem to find them as much anymore. But this is a great entry drug. If you are interested in getting into the Mexican silver pieces of the 20th century in particular, these pieces are a great place to start.
Yeah, when I first got my little handful of those, I just regret. It's like anything stacking. I just regret not getting more of them because I think right now they're like I forget. But when I picked them up, they were about $24.99 or $24 each, and I think what are they worth now? I forget.
Yeah, I wish I could pull open 2 different screens at one time and take a look at them. But it's funny that I have a problem doing that, but they're definitely beautiful pieces, and they're inexpensive too.
Yeah, these are some beauties, and they're nice little chunkers, and it's got the little the rays, and I really love the back because, of course, when I see the back of it, it just reminds me of
definitely
the 50 pesos.
And they're very cool in like the Libertads because they do have the writing on the rim rather than on the reeds on the edge.
Oh yeah, let me get this chunky Libertad here. It's got the chunkers. And by the way, I don't think he's in the